Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the world champion Boston Red Sox, which is pretty doggone exciting, right? I wanted to make a couple of quick comments where we actually dive into the game itself. This is the first video I've recorded since the details of OOTP 22 have been released. And the big one is new ballparks. Every franchise is getting its own 3D ballpark, plus a ballpark creation studio. Now, to be honest with you, I don't really care about that. That's not really going to move the needle for me, just for the very simple fact that I don't play the games out. I don't, and I'm unlikely to do it in the near future. I don't find it that exciting. However, they did announce a complete redesign of the coaching system, and if you watched my Friday video from this past week, you notice I kind of complained about that a little bit. So they're actually upgrading the coaching system, and they're promising big changes to the way trading and player strategy work. And those things are much more exciting to me, and I'm really looking forward to how that will all play out. Plus, there will be the normal bevy of quality of life improvements and other things to make me really excited about 22, like I get excited about every year. But I just wanted to make sure that I shared that with you before we got started with today's video. The second thing I wanted to mention, I'll repeat this again on the Friday video, but somebody had asked, am I going to abandon the Orioles playthrough before we get a Hall of Famer? And the answer to that is no. I'd said no. I don't know why I said it that way. I said no in the PowerPoint presentation video that I uploaded last week. But if you didn't see that, we're going to keep going with that up until release day. If for some reason we don't have a Hall of Famer by then, I will probably just do either an extra long video the Friday before, or in all reality, to be more honest with you, I'll likely simply, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll simply do like an extra Saturday video or something like that, like a bonus video to get us there. And we'll just end the series with his Hall of Fame election. Unless, of course, Jack later gets elected sooner before the series ends, and then we'll go from there. But I just wanted to make sure I talked about those two things. And as one final reminder, this just gets imported whole cloth right into OOTP 22. So let's talk about how things have gone for us as a manager. So remember, originally it was just I win the playoffs, win the World Series, I change teams. Now it's up to 10 seasons or winning the World Series. We are now into our... What is this here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting our 7th season as the Red Sox. So we stick to what we've been doing up to this point. We've got 4 more seasons counting this one, to continue to expand with this particular team. I know I actually did play with the Phillies longer. That's why we went to the hard 10-year deadline. And I think that 10-year deadline really works in case you're ever getting bored within a particular team. Unless I don't win a championship and I get pretty close. I wonder why that shows as green there. Oh, those are the years that I won Manager of the Year, I bet. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. Why is it green here? So this is a World Series title, I get that, but why is this green? Oh, it's based on the season score. It looks like if I get above an arbitrary threshold, then it colors it in green. What, I have to be like 700? No, because 650 is green. Does this have to be above 500? 550 is green. I can't sort by score, sadly. Oh, those are my game achievements. And here's my full transaction history. Oh, this is lovely. I wish I had this before. I mean, I guess I always had it. I just never realized it was here. This is really helpful. Huh. Anyway, I'm not quite sure why some are green and why some aren't. So if you know in the comments, again, I bet it's based on season score. Like if it's above 500, you get green. And if it's below 500, you get white or red. Maybe record has something to do with it. I don't know. But anyway, let's see if we can keep things going with the Boston Red Sox. Let us review how our team did last season, because I don't remember doing this last time. We are going to look at... Really? I can't just look last season? No, there was definitely a way to do that before. Yeah, here it is. Last year. First of all, Heine Zimmerman was amazing last year. He did end up with the MVP. Oh, no, you know what? We did actually go over the team last time, didn't we? Yeah, we did. We sure did. Very nice rookie season for Everett Scott. I know he didn't win Rookie of the Year, and he shouldn't have, but this is what I wanted from a guy like Everett Scott. Amazing defense and enough of a bat that I don't have to worry about plugging him in the lineup every day. What was his... Yeah, it was worth 4 wins just based on his glove. Awesome. Pretty good, all things considered, except for the dark spot that was Zack Wheat. We're going to have to figure out what's going on with him and may even want to trade him. But for right now, let's go ahead and start reducing the roster so we can get underneath that. We need to get rid of 11 players. And a lot of them are going to be pitchers. A lot of them are going to be pitchers because I have 19 pitchers for basically 11 slots. So 8 pitchers are going back to the minors. Barnes to the minors. Easy choice there. Cooper to the minors. Bader to the minors. How did I even acquire you? How weird. You're nothing special, bro. I'm just gonna go ahead and release you. Keating isn't very good. Dorner's been with Boston for a very long time. I just don't think he has too much more value. What am I done? I'm down to 50. I still got to go to 4 more pitchers somehow. Oldham can go to AAA. Shore can go to AAA. They both got a chance to get significantly better, so pitching every day will help them more than filling them to AAA. Like, I don't want to cut Dorner, but I'm also not going to carry him on the roster just because he used to be good. It's either going to be him or Bender. Dorner still got really good control, so actually it might be Bender. I'm going to trade you and see what I can get in terms of prospects. You know what? I will take Bill Evans. I know he's not exciting, but it's what I can get. I'm not even going to fight it. Alright, so we're now down to the lucky 11. Pitchers. I gotta get rid of 3 more players, and they've got to be offensive players. Jack Smith was a really nice find last season that I didn't expect to have. Mike Minoski is pretty decent. Briss Lord is a very fine player for what I want him for. Like, Hendricks isn't even a good center fielder anymore. I'm going to trade him and see if I can get anything for him, but the answer is probably going to be no. Oh, excuse me. I will happily take a player like Hank Ritter in exchange for a total schlub like Hendricks. Easy money. I still have way too many outfielders. But I don't know who I'd get rid of. Like, I think Mike Minoski is the future at left field. I'm just not convinced that Zack Wheat is entirely ready to not be part of this team's future. Cassidy, you play second and you play third and short well. I'm going to send Pecos to the minors to play every day. Who else do I get rid of? Like, it seems absurd to carry 7 outfielders. I just don't know who I would send down. Probably either Chris or Gilhooey. Like, I really feel like I have done Dode Chris wrong. I really feel like on the right team, he could probably be an everyday outfielder, and I just have never given him that shot. But I also don't feel bad about that because I made the best team I could, and he just never fit in. You never had a clear spot in the lineup. So I think I trade you too. Again, I want prospects. Nobody's going to give me a prospect for Chris. Are you going to be a nice guy and take a demotion? You will. Okay. Chris in my organization, fantastic. Chris being trapped in the majors, not so much. Alright, this looks great. What did I give up for Minoski? Jim Scott. Okay. And I'm not... I think we got the best years out of Jim Scott, and I now have an outfielder who can actually compete with... What's his face? Zack Wheat. Alright, we're down to 25. Let us advance to opening day, and then I will set the official roster for us. Urban Shocker made some pretty nice improvements in spring training. A lot of players slip a little bit. Again, this is all perfectly normal. It's part of spring training. Jack Smith got better. I kind of feel like trading Bunny Brief, if for no other reason than they have nothing left to prove in the minors, yet I will never put him on the majors. Can I get a prospect at a different position for him? I could get Roy Walker, but I kind of prefer a position player. I mean, there is a finite number of relievers that any organization needs. Ooh, sad Sam Jones. It's not going to do it. Nah, not really. And I don't really feel particularly concerned about keeping him or not. I don't see you making the majors anytime soon, my friend. I just don't. Alright, so let's clear the staff and rebuild it. Overall, still our ace. No changes there. Sakat had a very nice year when all he basically did was pitch more and walk less. Like, he's not going to be great forever. He's not. But this is definitely enough of an improvement for me to go ahead and justify giving him the number 2 spot. Stan Kovaleski makes a very nice number 3 starter, and then we conclude with the Fireballer Urban Shocker. The Fireballer throws 90 miles an hour, but he's still got a ways to go before I'm going to give him too much responsibility. So we look at just the relievers now. I only have one longman emergency starter, and that's going to be Gus Dorner. Easy choice. The best overall pitcher is Marty McHale, so I guess we'll make him the stopper. Did I have you last season? No, I traded for you in the off season. That's right. I'm more than willing to attach our hopes and dreams to your right arm, my friend. And then I really kind of don't care about who gets which other jobs. I mean, I guess Ed Hawk can be the closer just because someone's got to do it. Keep your 9th inning guy. And then everyone else is literally just going to be a middle reliever. I know we don't have any lefties in the bullpen. I don't know that there's a quick way to fix that. Ritter. Oh, Oldham is a lefty. You know what? I'm going to actually go ahead and send down another reliever to call up Oldham. Yeah, cash in. I do want to have that lefty out of the pen, just on the off chance that we desperately need them. All right, pitching staff is set. Let's go to the lineup. Nuke it all. Urban Shocker. Under no circumstances are you to be a two-way player. Starting pitchers don't need to be used for that. Red Oldham, you're interesting enough that I'll keep you in, I guess. We do need backup first baseman, right? All right. The very best contact power combo on the team is Heine Zimmerman. Does that make him my number 3 or make him my cleanup? I think my number 3. So Heine Zimmerman, I almost called him Ziny Himmerman. Heine Zimmerman's going to be our third hitter. I think he's well suited for that role, even if he doesn't draw as many walks as I'd like, and I will live with that. Sam Rice is going to lead off. And I'm trying to remember, did Jack Smith have a hole in his swing? He really doesn't. You're going to be my right fielder and my number 2 hitter. And again, the reasoning is quite simple. I want someone who can get on base at a decent clip that also hits for good contact, and he can do both of those things. Hitting cleanup is going to be Vic Sayer. I think he's well suited for this role. He's got the raw power. He takes lots of walks. He's my cleanup guy. Zack Wheat still has enough raw talent that I'm going to go ahead and let him bat 5th. But he is not batting against left-handed pitching. That's how I'm going to try to extend his career a bit. When it comes to lefties, we'll bat somebody else. Then Charlie Deal. Then Ray Schalk. Then Everett Scott. Here's our lineup. And then let's go ahead and take a look at... I am okay with this. I don't think I'm going to start Lord that frequently. He's got a role on this team, and batting against right-handed pitching isn't necessarily one of them. Let's make you a once-a-week starter here. And you can bat once every 10 games. Copy, copy, paste, paste, and we're just going to go ahead and swap Lord and Wheat. And then regenerate the depth chart, please. And you're fine with that. Okay, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I didn't acquire Monosky to sit him on the bench, but I think he's got a lot of growing to do in the majors that I want him to get that opportunity. I don't mind if he doesn't play a full season. I don't mind if he doesn't play every day in the majors. But I think his skill set is good enough to actually, be a great part of this team. Very watery. Let's do it. Do you have a top 100 prospect? I do not. That's fine. I am 9th. Yikes. That's fine, though. That's not fine. You're kind of equally garbage at every position. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and bring you into play 3rd while he's hurt. I'm not enthusiastic about it, but it's thankfully only going to be for a few weeks. So, yeah. Nice little bounce back for most people. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't really have much to add right now. So let's continue. Okay, that's not cool. You need to stop crippling my best players. I desperately need a second baseman or a third baseman and then push Riesberg to the other spot. I can get Bill Sweeney. But I'd have to give up something fairly major to get him. Oh, you're going to come back in a day. Never mind. I'm not going to trade anything big for you. Yeah, I'll just have Riesberg shift over to second. I'm going to restack the line. I'm going to adjust the lineup, of course. Zack Wheat's going to bat third. Lord's going to bat third, but yeah, that's fine. Problem solved for now. Good. 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 I don't want Josh Billings or Del Baker or Bert Adams. I don't want any of your misplaced catchers. Bill Stumpf isn't terrible, but he's also not very good. Stump Eddington is also not very good. Fred Smith isn't awful. Like, I don't think he's a major leaguer, but he isn't awful. But compared to even a mediocre reliever, I don't think that any of those players are worth it. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some Oscar Harstad. No, I don't want to give him to the Tigers. The Tigers are a big enemy of mine. Or the Yankees. Here we go. George A. Smith. Welcome to the Red Sox. How bad do you look as a starter right now, Fillingham? You're fine. Welcome to... Oh, actually, would Barnes be better as a starter? Barnes goes pretty far down the roster as a starter. Let's do Fillingham. We could use a couple of starters in the system. Gus, I'm not even going to put you on the DL. Yes, I am. I will put you on the DL and we'll call up Barnes. I have every confidence that Barnes can fill that role. I just don't like Barnes trying to be my everyday starter. I don't think he can handle that yet. You're going to be long relief and emergency starter. I guess at some point I should give Pennick a try. But the dude can't really throw strikes, so I'm not that eager to add him to my team. Oh, did I have to put you on my 40-man? Sorry, George. Alright. So this is going to be a so long to Mr. Riesberg. A oh thank God you're back to Heine Zimmerman. I mean, I get that you keep thinking that I care deeply about the fate of Gus Dorner, but I kind of don't. No. I will take calls about Zack Wheat. This is not the kind of call that I want, though. I don't think that's a good enough return for him. I'm going to tell Dorner to rehab in the minors. All right. Would John Clarkson be a better fit as the bench coach in the majors? You're bad at development, but you'd have a great relationship. You're better at development. I think for a team like this, Andy Swan remains a fantastic bench coach. Sam, I think you've earned an extension. I really do. I don't really care too much about my assistant GM, so I will go ahead and give you an extension. Sears, you've done okay so far. I think you've earned an extension. Until I decide to fire you. But you don't need to worry about that yet. Ooh, 2,000 hits for Bristol Lord. Very nice. And the overall best starter, I will never get tired of that pun, was the best starter. Alright. Sakat and Overall both made it. Sayer made it. And Jack Smith made it. Really? Honey Zimmerman did miss most of the season. Yeah, Sam Rice didn't get himself a spot. I'm fine with that. He's an amazing hitter and baseball player. So I'm not exactly upset about that, but... You know what? There's still tons of room for us to just keep stepping forward and making more and more upgrades. Zachy boy... I love your power. I do. But your career seems to have stalled at this point. Like, I'm not at all convinced that you're ever going to be the player you used to be. Like, you're just not hitting for power anymore. And I know, okay, fine. You're going to sit here and tell me that, you're restricting his at-bats. That's fine. He's still not hitting that well. How's Monosky doing? Monosky's probably earned a bigger role. But he also does have room to grow. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to regenerate depth charts. I'm going to swap like this. I would like Monosky to get a start every 6th game over Bristol Lord. And it's not that I don't like Bristol Lord. I think he's a really great player. He is fitting exactly the role that I want him to fit. But I need to see if Monosky can handle a greater role. I need to at this point. Because he's got the talent to be a replacement for Zack Wheat. And especially since Zack here isn't hitting all that great to begin with. Like, he's better than last season. For sure. But otherwise, he's not hitting for power. And that does create some concerns for me. The roster has expanded. Is there anybody who feels strongly about calling back up? Adorner, I suppose. We could make him a long reliever, emergency starter. Riesberg, maybe? But I mean, I just don't feel the need to call anybody up right now. Maybe that'll change, but right now, that's how I feel about it. Excellent news. Urban, you've been outstanding, so I'm going to give you your rotation spot back. But this is a very nice problem to have, which is that I have 5 great starters, and I only carry a 4-man rotation. I'm not opposed to trading Zack Wheat. I'm opposed to trading him for garbage. That is what I'm opposed to. Sorry, was there something that I just said about not trading for garbage that you missed? Like, I know Zack Wheat isn't what he used to be, but he's still worth something. And I can always trade him in the offseason if I see fit. No and no. All right. Zack Wheat is hitting 259. He's not showing an extreme amount of power. He is playing less. This must be considered. And Monosky definitely hasn't been mega impressive either. I'm wondering if we're holding Monosky back. I'm going to send you to AAA. This is not punishment. This is, I need you to be freer. I'm just going to go ahead and call up Ears here. That's what I'm going to call him. I don't care if it is his name or not. And then we're just going to do one of these here. And we're just going to reset the depth chart. I'm fine with this. This is great. And then that way Monosky gets a full season in the minors, or more of a season in the minors, to really unlock his full potential. Because right now he's a luxury, and I don't really need him. And in particular, Zack Wheat he is slowly but surely holding off the passage of time. He is not going gently into that good night. And if I can buy another season out of him, I think we'll have a significant improvement. But that's it for this season. I'm not going to trade anybody. No, I don't want to jinx it, and maybe I already have just by acknowledging it. We do have a decent sized lead for the pennant, but that could vanish in an instant. And so I'm really hoping that this team does what I know they can do. Sarah for 2 weeks really sucks. And I probably did that to myself. I don't have a first baseman that I trust. So I'm just going to leave him on the roster and not call anybody else up. Urban Shocker is getting even better. No big movement here. Yeah, Monosky, I want you shortlisted so that I can try to make sure that I get you every chance I get. Another pennant. Fantastic news. Our second consecutive pennant. That's good stuff. Hey, pitching triple crown for Orval overall. Wins, ERA, and strikeouts. Well done, my dude. How did this season go? Who was real good and who was not as good? Jack Smith becoming an MVP candidate in his second season is not something that I anticipated. Like, holy fuck, he has been amazing. Anything you could want from a baseball player, he did, and did damn well. Very nice. Sam Rice had a tiny bit of a slip. He's always going to be vulnerable a little bit because of the fact he relies so heavily on his batting average to drive the rest of his value. So if his batting average drops, he's going to be a little bit less good. Still a fine center fielder, though. Ray Schultz continues to put up league average offense and excellent defense, which is what you want from a catcher. Vic Sayer has proven the most important thing he needed to prove, that his last season was repeatable. He did everything he did last season and then did it better. And I know that these numbers don't look like they're massively improved, but they really are. He hit for more power, hit for a lot more average. Absolutely fantastic. Charlie Deal is a bit of a disappointment, but he's so good overall at a position we just don't have a ready replacement at that I'm happy to keep carrying him on the roster. And I mean, Zachy boy, if you're just going to keep giving me a 1.5 to 2 wins a season, I mean, I'll take it, but I'm not going to take it forever. So please keep that in mind. Briss Lord was arguably even more valuable. And you know what? There is something to be said from just letting Briss Lord play every day. And not even bothering with Zack Wheat. I will consider that. Rest of the team did fine. Can't complain. Pitching... It was overall, then Kovaleski. Sakat wasn't that great, but he gave us lots of innings. And he did most of the things he did in 1915. And he is 33. So you know what? I will happily take somebody that gets pretty high strikeout rates and who doesn't give up many hits. Shocker did miss some time, but otherwise was an excellent pitcher. Basically the same pitcher. He's got a little bit better luck with balls in play, and that's why his ERA dropped. Pretty good deals all the way around. Well done, team. No, I am not benching Everett Scott. How did he do this season? He was worth 7 wins. Why would I bench him? I don't know, my dudes. Who do I have too many? You gave me 13 pitchers. You know what? I'm leaving Dorner off the playoff roster, and we're going to put in Everett Scott. And then I'm just going to go a boop and a boop. Looks good. World Series time. I almost said I wonder if we'll make the World Series before I realize that, hey, you know, yeah. Interesting. I did not anticipate losing this first game. Zack. Bruh. Bruh. We get a nice return. Let's not lose how great Heine Zimmerman was this season. I know it wasn't as good as last season. That's not his fault. He got injured. Another 11-inning game. What the hell? Wow, Everett Scott made 2 errors? Bro. Like, I know everyone makes errors, but this is, like, not okay, dudes. Are you fucking kidding me? At least overall did his thing. This is more like it. I don't even like that we gave up 1 run, but whatever. And of course, had to go down to game 7. I don't know about this one. Whew, we did it. What a tight series. Every single game was decided by 2 runs or less. Whew. I mean, if Kovalevsky hadn't been injured, this might have been a little bit less thrilling, but damn. Whew. That was a classic series. That was an absolute classic. Very tense. 2 extra inning games. How did Zack Wheat end up getting MVP? I mean, he was the best hitter on the Red Sox by a pretty substantial margin. I guess that makes sense. Good times, my guys. You should be more than very happy. You should be ridiculously thrilled with me. Whatever, bruh. I do need a new hitting coach for single A. Let's go ahead and promote Henry Myers. And let's hire Mike Griffin. He seems like a good sort. Based on the 1 second of research I did. Remember, kids, when playing historical leagues, never put any less than the maximum in scouting and development. It will pay you back 1,000-fold. I like how he's paid $5,000 and he was still fucking amazeballs. I love it. Absolutely love it. Good times, my dudes. You know what? The Yankees are charging fans $1. They haven't even won the World Series in 2 years. I'm going to charge my fans 90 cents. It takes money to bankroll a winner, my friends. It takes money to bankroll a winner. So just like we did last episode, we're going to sim up to the end of spring training. I think that worked really, really well last time, and I think it's a nice way to end things. So, let's talk awards. I should be bringing home a lot of them. How does he keep coming back? Like, seriously. He keeps retiring, and then I guess he unretires? I do not want you. Leave. Stop. There is nothing about you I find intriguing or helpful. You need to leave. Got my hitting coach. Let's get some awards, son. Charlie Deal, Eddie Sakat, and Ray Schalk, and Jack Smith. I wonder why. How good were you defensively? You were damn good. Okay. That is a little better than Everett Scott, so I will accept this. Silver Slugger for Jack Smith. Nice. This Babe Ruth kid, he looks like he's going places. He looks like he's going places. Hey, I got another Manager of the Year award. Another Cy Young for Mr. Overall. That's how many? That's 3. All of which I believe he's gotten since I've been the manager. So I will be taking the credit for that, thank you. I will be taking the credit for that. I didn't get an MVP for Jack Smith. Rogers Hornsby, dude. You had 10 wins. I guess that's fine. I'm extremely pleased, though. We've made the Red Sox into a powerhouse. Am I hurting Monosky by keeping Wheat? I don't think I am. But I might be hurting the Red Sox by not playing Bristol Lord in left field every day. That might be true. I'm sorry, but a guy with this much power hitting only 5 homers is very disappointing to me. But he's also 29 years old. He is admittedly also 29 years old. Which means there's always the chance that he takes and steps forward and makes improvements. I don't know. I do not know my dudes what, or dudettes. I do not know what to do. Yeah, Cupid Childs, yes. Bad Bill Dolan should have made it last year, to be quite honest with you. Jimmy Collins, I mean, maybe. I will vote for Jack Doyle. I will vote for Bug Holiday. I don't think anyone's ever going to get elected to the Hall of Fame if they have less than 300 wins at this point. Which is obviously unfair and a shame, but it's just the truth. I'll toss the two of you some love, and yeah. I just think it's basically wasting time. I just don't see the AI looking past record to vote for deserving pitchers just because they have, like, say an Ed Stein. I think this is a Hall of Famer. But it doesn't look it because of his win-loss record, and I think they're putting way too much on that. Sanders O'Brien was a great pitcher that just happened to have 300 losses. I just don't see it happening. I don't see any of those guys making it. But I'll put them on my list. Ooh, excuse me. I will put them on my list. No, Jimmy Dykes was never in the Hall of Fame, and he was actually better known for being a manager than he was for being, like, a great player. Didn't Wade Hoyt have a really good career? Yeah, he did. I don't think he was Hall of Fame, but he was another one of these people that started on Babe Ruth's Yankees teams. So looks like an amazing pitcher, even though, like, the FIP and everything else suggests he was merely pretty good. I'm not going to bother looking at any of these players. I'm just going to go ahead and tell the game, let me pick from who's left. This is what I was afraid might happen. This seems like a really weak draft. And it's like, yes, I could draft like a Jake Northrup. You have a lot of power. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going Auto draft this round. I'm actually going to sign my number 1 draft pick. Ah, I got too cute. Damn it. I would have loved to have grabbed a Garland Buckeye, but I didn't want to waste a first round pick on him. Oh well. I'll take Walt Kinney. I'm just going to auto-draft the rest. I don't even think there's going to be more than like 4 rounds. I'm not signing you, John. I'm sorry that you're being told this now, but I was never going to sign you. It's not even about the money. I just want I want a draft pick next season when the draft might be less crappy. I mean, I hope you have a wonderful career, John Brock, but you're not that good, and I'm not going to pay you. So I hope you enjoy your life for another team. Anybody that should really go on the 40-man? Hank Ritter's a pretty doggone good reliever, or at least he could be. I don't want to lose that for nothing. I'm going to try something Weasley. I'm going to deliberately take Dorner off the 40-man and see if someone takes him in the Rule 5. A Bunny Brief, if someone else wants to take you, I wish they would, but I'm not going to put you on the 40-man just to keep you. Actually, I hope somebody does take him, though. Is there anybody here I'd find interesting? Jim Thorpe. Very nice. Or this Jim Thorpe is also an amazing 2-sport athlete. Who can say? He hasn't even made the major leagues. Nah, I'm good. What is it about you thinking that crappy relievers are what will take me over the top? You know what? I'm not surprised. I will let him go. Cupid Childs did make the Hall of Fame. Very nice. Why will you not vote in Bill Dolan? Like, what has he done to make you hate him so? I'm wondering if the problem is he's based largely off of defense. Like, he wasn't a bad hitter, but he was league average. And so I'm thinking maybe that the game is discounting that. He'll get in eventually. You can cut my budget if you want to. I really don't care. Good. I'm sorry, John Brock. You weren't worth the first round pick. This was a weak draft. Probably because of World War I. Penner. That's fine. I don't really see anybody else here. I love how you keep making Vic Sayer the laid-off man. I guess it's because the AI's looking at his plate discipline. But, like, come on, guys. He's better than that. He's definitely the cleanup hitter. Why would I want Ray Keating? No. Stan Kovaleski. Like, this is not even, like, a split second's worth of doubt for me. I'm excited, actually, that we created one of the best Boston teams of all time. And, in fact, is it the best Boston team of all time? It sure is. In fact, I've created two of the best Boston teams of all time, including the only two world champions. So, suck it, every other manager of the Boston Red Sox. Haha, Lip Pike. A 1,000 more wins than you, almost. It'll be 1,000 more this season. 3 more championships than you. 2 more playoff appearances. The best winning percentage by anyone who's actually, like, managed more than 1,500 games. I am the greatest. I also have the most losses of all time. That's how you know I stay humble. Excuse me. That's our Red Sox. We're going to lull the rest of the majors into a false sense of security. They're like, man, they suck at spring training. Oh, my friends. You have no idea. All right, that is going to conclude this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more OTP content. Likes and comments are always appreciated. It means a lot to me, and I really enjoy interacting with you guys. So please feel free to do both of those things. But until next time, this has been Indian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.